welcome back to another Yay or Nay with Aim and Lee. Lee, take it away.
How we diddling, folks? This is the first time we've been back with you since forever. We have Weight Watchers Beef HOTPOT.
That's hot pot for anybody who didn't understand what he was saying.
You know, like Betty from Corrie back in the day. If you're old like me and Aim, you'll remember Betty's HOTPOT in Corrie. It was famous. Growing up, I always wanted to go to Coronation Street and have some Betty's HOTPOT.
I'll say it said minced beef and vegetables in rich gravy with sautéed potatoes. Now, this is a Weight Watchers brand, so it's like a healthy version. It is only 424 calories per meal with no artificial colours or preservatives.
You say Weight Watchers because you don't actually say it just as double W. It could actually be Willy Wonka's Beef HOTPOT. So it might taste the sweets and chocolate when we eat it.
I think it is now called WW. I don't think it is.
Oh, it's the whole weight in the title. It's quite offensive, really.
I think that's what they call it now.
Like Weight Watchers, because then it's like, oh yeah, we have to on Tuesday, Barbara. Oh, I'm off to Weight Watchers.
Doesn't even say good, Weight Watchers. You know the bit where it tells you all the where's it called? Yeah. It is just WW now.
I think, but if you ask Barbara what she's doing, she says, I'm off to Double W. Sounds a lot better. So.
Yeah, it's a bit sickly, ain't it really? But anyway, we're going to try this. This is obviously...
It's already in Mike. You'll see it in a sec.
It's not necessarily one of the value meals that will be like, oh, that's gross. But it is something, if you are planning on doing a Weight Watchers diet, we can tell you exactly what we think.
What we think. See
right
you
then. Bye.
How do you, folks? Okay, so today we are trying the Weight Watchers, or the Double W Beef HOTPOT. That's how it looks there. 424 calories per meal. Sounds amazing. This was £2 from our local shop. Let's see if it looks as good in the packet or out of the packet. Is it just on the packet? Okay, doesn't look as appealing. There's a lot of potatoes, not a lot of mince and shit. Anyway, let's give it a whirl. Let's whack it in Mike.
So we're back. This
you
is
pick it up. It's hot.
This is what it looks like. So that's the size of it. You can kind of tell. And there's quite a lot of potatoes in there, really.
It looks like there's more than there is. Because I did show you in the pre-cooking side of it.
Look, it's quite small. But again, you got to think of portion control if you are going on like a Weight Watchers diet.
Now, bear in mind, because it tells you on the box, that tiny little portion, let's zoom in, it looks quite small. Wow. Whoa, hello. Yeah, this portion is actually 424 calories.
I just told them that.
Oh, sorry. So if you're on a Weight Watchers diet, that is literally all you can eat for the whole week.
I know. Shut up.
I've never done Weight Watchers. My dad did when I was a kid, you know. You went on Weight Watchers when it was first
that's
about.
like one of your meals during the day. It's probably like 1,500 day. Yeah. Anyway, let's give it a go. Should we give it a bit of a mix?
Give it a little mix, Zane. Little mix. What's been going on since we've been gone, guys? The world's gone to shit. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. We'll get into that in a minute. And global warming is kicking ass in the UK.
Right.
So, should we put it on this plate we just brought it in on? Rather than, I think it will.
No, because I think it's authentic to what you're buying.
It's what people can see, ain't it?
Well, people can see it. Look.
There you go. Oh, gosh.
You pick that.
It's on the board.
That's like, you can see like some of the mince and stuff now. Carrots, peas. Hot.
It's a bit warm. It's been in for like 40 minutes. But the potatoes are nice. Surprisingly nice. If a little bit warm.
Okay.
You do need to get a good... Remember when you're a kid?
First thought, that reminds me straight away of school dinners in primary school. Remember them square potatoes that they used to say? God, that is weird. You know, some things can bring you right back. So I'm going to try some of the mince now, guys. You need to do the same.
I've had them in my mouth. You watched it.
Smells alright.
It doesn't taste that bad, you know. But we'll get into the review part of it. I was saying, weather-wise, got up about 4 days or 5 days. It was so hot here where we are. We're not in the Med, obviously we're in the UK. I was walking around in shorts and t-shirt. Today I got up. I had 3 layers on top. I was still freezing cold. I had my hat, my hood, and my gloves on. We've had snow, rain.
Sun. It's beautiful out there now. You look, well, you can't see outside, as but I'm looking out there. Blue sky, sunshine.
Yeah, we had sleet 10 minutes ago.
Well, it's proper snow out there.
Proper snow.
That is actually really quite decent. I'm not going to lie. But it has to be because of How much was it?
This was £2, which isn't that expensive compared to like Lidl do their own version like curries and stuff, or as the Smart Price stuff. That can be a bit.
If you go to like the Slimming World meals in Iceland, now they're expensive. This is not actually that bad, and it tastes good. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
A Slimming World meal is like £3, but I do think you get a bit more than in this portion.
I like that.
We have added some salt before we start this, guys, so we're not just eating it like naked. I couldn't eat it with no salt.
That's the thing. Years and years ago, I could eat no salt. I have to have salt. That is one condiment that I'd have to take with me on a desert island.
Of everything we've tried so far in these videos, this has got to be the best one.
I could actually definitely eat that. I get, like, you know.
Yeah, but I think if you're doing it for a family of 4, if everyone needs to be on Weight Watchers, that's like £8 a meal. Like 4 each, obviously. 4 between the 4 of you.
And I think it's a decent size as well for one person.
Yeah, I think these Slimming World plans and Weight Watcher plans are good for single people. Because if there's one of you on a diet, and like specific diet, like got to eat all these Weight Watcher meals or Slimming World meals, and one of you isn't, and the kids aren't, they want turkey dinosaurs and chips and beans, it can get expensive.
No, but this is the thing, you see. This is where people go wrong. This is for convenience. This is for somebody who just doesn't want to actually prepare any meals. Because if you think about some of them meal things you can get now, like healthy meals and they send it all through, you could make this healthy, batch cookie, and get more for your money. Less than 5% means you could weigh out the potatoes, you could weigh it all out. You could even decrease some of the mince and actually add more veg, which would be more.
I've wanted to make an hot pot for ages.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you don't have to spend this, it's more for convenience.
That's what I'm saying now. I've wanted to make one for quite a while, though.
You don't need to now. You've had a Weight Watchers hot pot, you're all set to go for the next one.
No, I want my own hot pot, because it'd be massive compared to this. It'd be huge.
No, I'm not that keen on meals like this, but I actually find that really nice.
It's good.
We make shepherd's pie sometimes, but I actually prefer this.
It's good to go. Okay, so what did you all think? Let's get into the big question of the week. Aim. Okay, we'll come back to Aim.
Well, go on.
Chris Rock gets slapped by Will Smith for his joke about Jada's hair, or lack of hair. It's funny, because there's two sides of this question. Was he right, was he wrong? Obviously, that's the main question. Who was right and who was wrong? And are we easily swayed by other people's opinions? So when it first happened, I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning. I found out like 4 a.m. because I was asleep. It was on my phone on the notification. Chris Rock gets slapped. So, oh, okay, let's watch this. I thought, that's terrible what Chris Rock did. Will was right to do it. What was your opinion at first?
Alright, so the way I see it is, at first I looked at it, before he's an actor, he's a husband, he's a family guy, whatever. However, he's always advocated a non-violence and be kind attitude. He's always, sort of promoted no violence.
It wasn't your first instinct when we talked about it that he was right to do it?
Yeah, but I'm coming on to that, but you're not letting me finish.
Sorry.
Anyway, so I just wanted to add that in there about Will Smith, that he's always been like promoting that. Now, there is a lot of guys that I know, like on Facebook and everything, who said, if that was my wife, I'd have done the same thing. However, I think I personally was like, like that really upset her. She's got alopecia, obviously. But then, did he necessarily have to do it in front of the world? I don't appreciate violence, but I personally have been in a situation where person in the family, let's say, had something nasty said to them outside the pub. And you nearly went bonkers.
Oh, right, sorry.
Right, and that was a race issue. Again, a different kind of thing. But sometimes we do all have that flick of a switch instinct about us. It's like a primal thing, I guess. However, he has since apologised. But I do believe that, you see, with a comedian like that, as of Jimmy Carr, Chubby Brown in England, what's that other one that I don't like?
Oh, Frankie Boyle.
Yeah, these people set out to do that kind of thing, don't they? Like, yeah. I don't think it's right what he said. I do think that was the wrong time and place to make a comment like that.
It was. But I think
there's right and wrongs to both sides of this story.
there's no way Will Smith did not know what to expect. He's been to enough Oscar ceremonies, whether he's won or not, and enough award ceremonies where he would have seen this thing going on. Plus, he was up for the main award in terms of like the men's category. He was like the favourite to win Best Award for his portrayal of Venus and Serena Williams' dad in the new film they've done about him. And he was set to win it. So he was always going to be one of the main people. He was sat the closest to Chris Rock from what I could see, nearest to the front anyway. He was always going to be a target for him. But at the same time, he was laughing when everyone else was having the mick took out of him. When he was saying stuff about everyone else, he was there laughing away. He was laughing when the camera was on him.
He laughed at that joke.
It was only because she gave him a look.
No, she didn't give Will what she did. She was like, oh, as much as for God's sake, do you have to say that? But this is the problem. There is no right or wrong. It was wrong to use violence. However, would another guy do that? Probably. Let's be honest here. Would I like it said in front of the world about my alopecia? Heck no. I think, look, when you're a comedian, I think it's different if you said to me, oh, look, there's that fat bird in the audience, me. Sometimes it's down to illness, sometimes it's not. But when you can see it's an illness like alopecia or something like that, it's just going a little bit too far, in my opinion. I think you need to have some sort of barrier. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah,
it's the Oscars. This isn't one of Chris Rock's, comedy.
No, but who was it? Ricky Gervais hosted it a few years ago. Well, I never watched it, but I've seen clips.
I did. My God, I tell you what.
And some of the stuff he came out with was a lot worse than anything Chris Rock said.
And you know what? I love Ricky Gervais.
And on the other way to look at it is...
He went above and beyond.
Yeah, because he can sort of get away with it, but she said in a thing she did the other day, because I saw, it's all over TikTok, there was a clip, and she said something along the lines of, I don't care what people say about my hair. This was just last week for the awards. I absolutely love my new look. So she should have the confidence in herself to not let it bother her what people are going to say. And if Chris Rock said that at a concert of his, one of his stand-up shows, about anyone in the audience, and they got up and hit him, that person would have been arrested there and then, and probably sent to jail for a while.
Well, the thing is, though, I'm confident in the way I look. Even though people say, oh, God, if you lose weight, you'll look even better looking when you're doing all this crap. But it's not about whether you're confident or not. There's somebody else who has that and isn't confident. So, yes, I agree that most men would probably like, don't you dare say that about my wife. However, there's the other side. Was it necessary to go up there? I don't know if it was a punch or a slap. I thought it was a punch.
Slap.
I don't think it's necessary. And then the way he came back, he was like, take my wife's word, you fucking mouth. Was that really necessary to...
Yeah, he said it twice, didn't he?
At the end of the day, there are... no, we swear, but we ain't fucking... Oh.
We can say it's...
We ain't Will Smith. There was kids watching, probably millions of kids watching. Was it necessary? I do believe there is no right and wrong answer. But I think there's no need for the way it was done. I think afterwards it might have been necessary to pull him aside and said, look, I'm not being funny here. I really didn't appreciate what you did out there. Or at least if he'd just said, shouted over and said, look, do you mind? That's a bit too far at the moment, isn't he? He went up and the way it was done...
It was disgusting now, because if you watch it back... So, like I was saying, the way people's opinion is swayed. When I first watched it, I was like, he was right to do that. But then when you watch it, the man is like, because I've heard this today, Chris Rock is like 5'9", 5'10", so like, Will Smith's like 6'2". There's about a 40 or 50 pound weight difference.
Yeah,
because Will Smith is trained to be a boxer in the past and stuff.
I think the principle of the thing, like, he was obviously really annoyed at what was said. That's fine. A lot of men, and I've seen this, you said it's a lot of men and women in the comments said if that was my husband, he would have done worse than slapping him. He would have gone over there and probably decked him cleaner if it was inside a pub or a venue like that.
Imagine if, let's say the house wasn't Chris Rock, it was The Rock.
Well, somebody said, I wonder if Will Smith would have done it if it was Mike Tyson standing the awards.
Or The Rock's there, like Jada with her hair. You ain't going up to The Rock and hitting him open-handed.
This is the thing. And no, you carry on. People are like, was it staged? I don't think it was staged, but I do think in Will Smith said he knew he had the advantage. Yeah. Like you're saying, so I think he did it. for a little bit of a show performance. I don't think the principle in his head was all about Jada. I think it was actually to make himself...
His own pride.
Yeah, like, look at me, I am alpha male, I'll protect my wife. But, like, I wouldn't take on The Rock if I, you know, it wouldn't be like that. However, would I ever go with Chris Rock if I was a guy?
But I feel sorry for Chris Rock, because I think he's the only winner in all this, in the respect of... That's what was horrible, actually. You got a room full of people laughing and laughing and laughing at all your jokes. You tell what... I've told bad jokes before, just like to aim, and people are friends, and they're a bit below the belt, and there's no laughing. Oh, God, that's a bit awkward, and I better not say anything like that ever again. And if people just not laughed at that joke, that's different. But everyone laughed. When he said that about her hair, from what I remember, everyone was laughing in the audience. And then Will Smith gets up there and slaps him, and everyone cheers Will Smith.
Yeah, but there was also something else between them before.
I've seen something about
something about the last... I think there was some sort of race issue that she said. Oh, there was something. And I don't quote me on it, but I read something. So this isn't the first time that he said something. Mm-hmm. However, like I said, if it was a guy in a pub, your husband, and he heard something said about you... A lot of you guys probably would have gone, don't you dare say that about my wife or my sister, or bang. Was it... That's the difference, isn't it? That's something I wanted to come on to. When you are in the limelight, when you are a celebrity, I do think you have to have that... You are not a normal person. You have to have that differentiation of what a member of the public could do to a celebrity. You cannot act like that. If you choose to be in that limelight, you choose to be in that kind of, in the public eye setting, you cannot do things that somebody in the public would do. Unfortunately, but that's your personal choice to be in that.
If we got up there and hit Chris Rock, we'd be arrested.
Yeah, exactly, but that's what I mean. There's two ways to look at that. You can think, well, a member of the public wouldn't be able to get away with it. However, if you're in the limelight, it means you possibly can get away with it, but you also can't do stuff like that, because you have to be representing somebody in the public eye. You have to kind of be influential, don't you, to young people, to people who are trying to be anti-violent coming out of prison. You can't do things like that if you choose to have that lifestyle, I don't think.
Well, I felt really sorry for Chris Rock afterwards. At first I was thinking he was in the wrong, and then these clips where they show afterwards when he stood at the side, people collecting awards, he don't know what to do with himself. He's looking into the crowd at someone he obviously knows. He's like, he's just flabbergasted.
Do you know what, though? That's the thing. Chris Rock is known to be, all comedians, I don't care who it is, comedians will... Even if it's as simple as, let's take the mick out of women getting ready. In the old day, like Peter Kay did or Lee Evans. Yeah, my wife, she takes forever in the blah, 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 blah. And then they go on about how long women take to... You do the fat shaming, you do the ginger shaming. Oh, look at him wearing glasses, blah, blah, 4 eyes in the front row. That's the sort of shit that people... You know, and that's the way it was. So, yes, I did think it was inappropriate to do it at the Oscars. But then you are having a comedian who does them kind of jokes as the presenter of the entire show, with somebody on the front row who obviously he felt it necessary to do, but he would have rehearsed. This is what I'm saying. This is all being rehearsed. He knew where they'd be sitting, because to think of that kind of joke, he's got to have known Jada was going to be sitting on the front row.
Oh yeah, they have a rough idea before on what they're going to say.
But that ain't just him. That's probably part of a production team who's had it verified to do with the go-ahead. It's perfectly fine to say. I don't think it's just down to Chris Rock. I think it's the whole of that academy that would have, all the producers that would have known.
It's caused a lot of bother for Will Smith more than Chris Rock in the long run, because a lot more people now, from Jim Carrey to Whoopi Goldberg, so many of these celebrities are coming out and saying Chris Rock didn't do it wrong. Will Smith is bang out of order. Whoopi Goldberg is on the Oscar Academy. They're going to have a meeting in the next couple of days, apparently, to discuss what punishment will be. I don't think they're going to take his award off him, but there's going to be something or other they want to...
Well, I think the LAPD are now looking into things. There wasn't, but I think now there's something going on there. I just think, like, again, a general member of the public, if someone said that about your wife, if you choose to go to a comedy club, let's say, like we've been to the comedy club... You are going to be grilled in the front row.
We've made sure we sit further back.
However, you know, this wasn't a comedy night as such. Do light jokes. Ricky Gervais took it far worse than him. And I mean, bad. The things he said about, was it, one of the older actresses, it wasn't like Glenn Close or Helen
said
Mirren.
a few things.
There was something ridiculously bad that was said about somebody. He took it well far. However, did any of them get up and smack him in the face? No.
And the other thing was with, oh, bloody hell, I lost my train of thought. No, it's gone.
I know he said things Ricky Gervais did, like about Tom Hanks and...
Oh, that was it, sorry. They can't reprimand him and take his award off him because he set like a precedent in the past. Because Harvey Weinstein is obviously in prison for what he got up to for all them years. He's got stacks of awards. They've never took his off him. And then there's Roman Polanski, who slept with a girl when she was underage. He made the, oh, bloody hell. He made The Pianist and I think quite a few other films back in the 60s and 70s. He's been wanted for years. And if he ever comes back into America, he'll be arrested. So he lives outside. I think he's dead now. But he got an award. So they can't now take Will Smith's off him. But the amount of people, because he's already done a show, Chris Rock has this weekend, one of his comedy shows, or in the last couple of days. He says, look, he was on stage crying. He said, I'm not going to talk about it today, at one of his comedy shows. He said, I've wrote a whole set for you, so I'm going to go for it, but in the future, I'll have a funny bit about what happened. How many tickets and stadiums and arenas is he going to sell? Because people want to see him rip the piss out of Will Smith and what happened on that night.
To be honest with you...
They'll be sold out worldwide.
I don't care how big the person is coming at me. If somebody slaps me in the face, I'm going to try and hit them back. I'm going to have a go. I don't care if it was the bloody Rock. I'd do something.
I think he was just in shock where he didn't know what to do.
Though? I can understand Will being peed off at what they've said. However, I think it was the wrong way to go about it because he's in the limelight. If he was a member of the public, a lot of guys would have done the same. However, if you're going to go off to a comedy club and sit in the front row, you're going to expect it, but it was the Oscars.
It was.
What do you guys think? Let us know your opinion in the comment below. But now we're going to go back to the original point of the video.
Yay or
the review of the Weight Watchers Beef Hot Pot.
What's your thinking, Em? Is it better than Betty's Hot Pot?
Well, I haven't been down Coronation Street too
I've
deep.
been,
What's that
but I've
one
never had
called?
it. Rover's Return.
Yeah. I'm more of a London East End fan.
I went to the studios of where it's filmed, Coronation Street, when I was a kid. And I don't know if you just go and sit in an empty pub. But they never had any hot pot on the go. They missed a trick. I'd have bought a load of that. That's lovely, that one.
To be honest with you, but considering that it's a Weight Watchers thing, it's not even just a ready meal, it's a Weight Watchers, so you're going to have reduced salt in there, you're going to have reduced fat. That was bloody lovely.
Best thing I think we've tried so far.
Yeah, but the trouble is, what I wanted to do, the whole point of this, it wasn't really a Weight Watchers type of thing. But I've got another thing from Asda. Like, I want to get, like, really crappy value type things.
Oh,
like, you know,
then kebabs. Oh, my
like
God.
that. And I want to be shocked by something. I kind of expected that to be okay because such a big chain, such a, like, a well-established weight kind of controlled organisation, it's going to have some type of taste to it. But I've got a couple of things from the value section.
Yeah, you have.
And I want to be shocked, guys. I want to go, God, that was only £1 and it's absolutely delicious.
I think that was good in the respect of reviewing that because I would, if I was going on a diet.
Yeah, if you were going on Weight Watchers,
I was unsure.
That is definitely one to get if you want like a quick and easy meal that you just shove in the freezer.
Because they can be expensive. The Slimming World mainly, Slimming World's very expensive. And you don't want to go and waste your money on something. Oh, it might be nice. And it turns out to be crap. So at least now you know with the Weight Watchers one,
not only that,
it's very nice.
Pass the box. With the box, because it tells you like the ingredients on here, like obviously some things like sugar syrup and all that you wouldn't necessarily need to go for, but it gives you the weight of the meat and everything that's on here, so you could always repeat the process and make it yourself and batch cook it. You could even keep the little tray and freeze it again, put some foil on it, freeze it, so you've got portion control as well. It's really good.
Takeaway containers are good for that, aren't they?
Hey, pick them up from B&M off Amazon, but if we was going to rate that out of 5, I'd give it a 5.
Packaging, 5. It looks grabs your attention.
It's got all the instructions on, like it says there. 10 minutes in the microwave. It's got all your information on the front here, like you.
Does it look as good as it? Does it taste as good as it looks? Like You get some things like McDonald's always looks way better than what it actually
Actually, I
tastes
don't
like.
think it looked a lot different from...
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with
obviously,
that.
it's going to look a bit better on the box. Like, Big Macs look great on the box, but when you have them all... I'll give that a 5 out of 5. I'll be honest.
For what it is, a microwavable meal. It's ready in 10
Didn't
minutes.
taste like a white...
No.
It tasted like one of the better ones I've ever had, actually.
5 out of 5 for
a ready
that.
meal.
Yeah, I'd definitely go with that one, Amo.
100%. Honestly, the only thing that I tenderise mince within the sauce, so I cook the sauce, the mince, inside the sauce.
Do you know how many times I've been told, you shouldn't do that on here, on our videos? They keep telling me I'm wrong for doing it your way.
No, but listen, I watched Jamie Oliver saying this, and you know, if you do it like, if you brown mince off, it goes hard. Yes, you have to. Then you can tenderise it within the sauce. But if you do it the way Jamie Oliver said, when you cook it within the, one releases the juices into the meat, into the sauce, which is nice, and it makes it so soft.
Whenever anyone says you need to brown your mince, I say, I'm told to do it this way, and it always turns out lovely.
It is so soft, and the meat juice infuses the sauce because it releases it. Obviously, when you see, even if it's less than 5% meat, you can always get that little bit. But if you let that infuse your sauce, it just tastes so much better, and it's so soft, isn't it?
I think it's lovely.
I don't like chewy mince. That's the only thing with that, because it was browned off.
Well, not bad.
No, but you do get like a... I don't like that. I like it to be extremely tenderised, and my way is...
I like your way, Amo. But that was lovely.
Each to their own, of course.
We'll be back with another yay or nay very soon.
And don't forget to check out our previous ones. We've got some other ones on there. And keep it in the tin or put it in the bin. And that is alongside our normal mukbangs that we do on a daily. And our lives on a Friday or a Saturday evening.
And I need to go and find some ingredients now from our local shop, so we can do a different recipe. Might be doing a new meal today if we can find the ingredients.
I don't think we will. I
think
think
I'm at Lidl. I'm annoyed about
they did.
that. No.
No, it's an American thing.
I don't know.
However, I'm sure we can find out what's what. So I haven't got a clue what I'm about, so we're going to go now.
Laters.
Bye, everybody.
Take it easy.